So I just did a vid with a title, The Con of Current Wind Farms Part 1. And I decided that I should do a part 2 because even if you're not concerned about the deaths of many, birds, wildlife, even if you're not concerned about the various resources needed for these many 100-year-old technology and have been surpassed by so many other technology options to harness the wind, then maybe you care about, well, the health effects, wind farm health effects. Did you know there's a thing called wind turbine syndrome, which creates headaches, sleep problems, night terrors, ringing in the ears, tinnitus, mood problems, irritability, anxiety? You tend to find that also, by the way, in 5G areas. I definitely find that, honestly. And all the people that I know in 5G areas, all of them have health issues. So concentration and memory problems, issues with equilibrium, dizziness, and nausea. Yeah. But there'll be some caution wearers. Oh, don't worry, it's all fine. I mean, we're wearing a caution. We're experts. But I keep saying, seriously, that this is something that others are starting to wake up to. You should look into this. EMFs, low frequency noise, infrasound. All those things affect humanity. I would argue, well, all life, yeah. The apathy about this is truly astounding. But I'm going to give you an example of a property, one of many I've seen actually, even in the Scottish borders, right, that I would argue should have sold long before now. Now, this one in particular, and let me emphasize, I'm in no way being derogatory about this property. I am surprised that it has not been sold by now, not least of which, after it's been reduced, and no previous history as regards property. And I find that Rightmove is actually pretty useful for educating oneself on previous property values and timings of that. You'd be amazed how many cheeky people, for example, have literally just bought a property in the last year and just added another 100 grand to it. And you're like, no, this is just taking the piss. But anyway, you could go into that one for hours. But this one, 4-bedroom, decent size, I think, well, nearly 1,900 square feet. Yeah, it's not bad, right? Now, for some, the downside is it's in the sticks, but not really. You know, within the matter of a few miles, you're onto a main arterial road and head off to places like, for example, in this instance, Hoyuk. Yeah? But for some, that would be an attraction. Absolutely, that would be an attraction. Yeah? I would also add to that what it says is it's broadband speed, 10 megabytes. Now, we have to go back, 20 years or more? Well, yeah, more than 20 years to say, well, that was acceptable. Yeah, I get that. But for some, that's not an issue either. Yeah? When you look at the property, look at that area of land that you have there, which is, from memory, about this. Yeah? Look at that kitchen. I mean, why wouldn't that be attractive to some people? Yeah? Seriously. Look at it. Aga-type aspect. For memory, I think it's oil heating. Yeah? You have to factor that in. But for some, in an extremely low light area, it would be vastly attractive. No two doubts about it. Seriously, it's got a lot going for itself. It truly is. You could argue to and fro about various other aspects, like not having neighbours nearby, and, if God forbid the worst happened and you were robbed or worse, nobody would know for hours. You've got to factor that in. Absolutely. Yeah. But it has a lot going for itself. I think, honestly, it's like that area of land. Yeah. It's very attractive, I would say. That would be all yours. Yeah. And when it comes to council tax brackets, Band E, considering it's the Scottish borders, that's not too bad at all. But it's where you look somewhere at the detail, right at the bottom, almost. NB. An adjacent property forms part of a planning application proposal for Teviot Wind Farms land east of, well, blah, blah, blah. And they're obligated to show you this, and this is what they're talking about. Now imagine, why isn't that sold? Well, all of a sudden, if it's covered in these things, that becomes less attractive. Big style. But they don't care. The occultists, it's all about agendas. Anyway, your thoughts. And I'll speak to you soon.